Hi everybody, it's Robert Kinsman with the Krause Kinsman Law Firm. Welcome to the May update. We've pretty much gotten through spring. Looking forward to the summertime. I hope all of you with kids and grandkids have had an amazing school year. And I hope you have a wonderful summer, at least start to the summer, and you have things you can look forward to. And we hope, of course, you've been doing as well as possible. You're receiving this video. We're doing a couple different videos, but this video is specific for people where we have filed your claim with the Department of Navy for your Camp Lejeune Justice claim. Camp Lejeune Justice Act claim, I should say. So we have sent a claim to the Navy. We've hit all the statute of limitations we need. We've gathered information for you, from you. Right now it's kind of a wait and see approach. The government isn't really doing much in the claims process right now, whether you qualify for a quick pay or not. We just kind of wait, and the government has 6 months to accept, deny, or do nothing. And right now in those 6 months, they pretty much don't do much at all and don't respond because of how overwhelmed they are with all the claims being filed. So you're pretty much in the wait and see approach, and that's a good thing because now we can know and be assured that we have your claim filed, and we'll move your case forward once that time comes. In the litigation world, we're moving fast. We're trying to set trial dates for various injuries and illnesses for hopefully November or December. That would be very quick in a large-scale complex case like this. The timeline is moving fast. And with that, the timeline, I want you to be sure you know that the 2 years from the date that President Biden signed the PACT Act is August 10, 2024. That doesn't really mean anything for you because your claim is already filed. The government has no duty, or they don't have anything that makes them make a payment by that date or on that date or after that date. We got to continue to litigate against them and show you how powerful you all are individually and in numbers. We have to show them the illnesses and diagnosis each one of you or your loved one had. And we got to continue to fight in litigation. The government is not going to make this easy, and we knew they weren't going to make it easy, which is why we have so much firepower behind us in our law firm, other law firms around the country that were also selected by the Eastern District of North Carolina to push these cases forward in court. And we're doing just that. The judge is helping us with various orders and opinions, but we're trying to get those trial dates set for the first wave of injuries, hopefully by the end of the year. And with trial dates comes resolution, settlement, negotiations at least. No guarantees, of course, but we're very excited to keep the ball moving because at some point that ball is going to have to stop, and the government's going to have to come to a point where they're ready to settle cases like yours and cases where you brought on behalf of yourself or on behalf of a loved one. So internally here at Krause Kinsman, I got my list from my team that you all talk to on a daily basis. Again, thank you so much for getting us all the information we needed to file your claim. Rest assured that we're still working behind the scenes to gather records and all that, but I want you to feel some type of relief knowing your claim has been filed because you helped and were diligent in communicating with us and responding to us. And I know some of you get frustrated that you have to answer specific questions over and over, but that is really for a quality assurance reason. We want to make sure that we have the right information for you, and we're presenting the right information to the Department of Navy to review and see your claim and evaluate your claim. So the checklist is timeline. August 10, 2024 is coming up, but that doesn't really mean anything for you. Your claim is filed. We just had to file a claim by that date. So we're good to go there. The government has no responsibility to pay by that date, before that date, on that date, after that date. We hope to have trials in late 2024, so November or December of this year. We continue to work hard in litigation in court and out of court behind the scenes. There is no timeline yet on resolution, settlement, or negotiations, so we'll keep fighting in court and we'll keep proving your claims up out of court and in court, of course, but out of court, getting records, service records. We're trying to create a database for all service records to make them easily searchable for everyone. Getting medical records for those of you we need medical records from. So we continue to move ahead, and again, I just want you to rest assured that your claim's filed. So be feeling good about that, and just be on the lookout for next steps. What the trial is about. So a lot of you have wondered what that first trial would be about. Well, the court has picked like the first 10 or so illnesses that will go to trial first, and it's kind of a random selection. It's kind of based on, you know, numerosity, how many people have submitted claims for each of these diagnoses. It has to do with what science has been established already connecting the water to these injuries. And it includes various illnesses like bladder cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, kidney disease, kidney cancer, and a few different other ones. So the trial will trials, which we don't have a set date yet, but we hope to be later this year, will basically be bellwether cases. And what bellwether cases are the court will randomly select plaintiffs, and if you're one of those plaintiffs, you already know who you are. They'll randomly select plaintiffs' cases to be tried, and we'll present evidence showing that the water at Camp Lejeune caused these injuries, and these injuries are worth this amount. A lot of goes into that, of course, between the lines, but we're basically showing the court, it'll be tried in front of a court in the Eastern District of North Carolina, that the water caused all these injuries, and it specifically caused this plaintiff's certain injuries. So if it's kidney cancer case, we'll say this person was diagnosed, and of course we have a lot of experts, witnesses, testimony to go through, but it's essentially this person was at Camp Lejeune at this time, they consumed this much water, they lived here, where else they went on base will be shown throughout their time living there, being stationed there. A certain amount of years later, they caught kidney cancer, got a diagnosis, unfortunate. We'll show how they were treated, how it affected them mentally, emotionally, and physically, and we'll try to put, for lack of a better term, honestly, a price tag on what these cases are valued at. Obviously our values will be high, defendants will say they're lower, and the judge will have to make a determination on really how much they're going to be worth. Our mail room. So our mail room is just flooded with records from you all, and I first want to thank you all for sending so much mail related to your medical records, service records, etc., etc. We receive a lot of different stuff: probate, wills, death certificates, sometimes birth certificates. We receive everything in between, and we cannot thank you enough for that. We are keeping up with that. We're trying to make sure it all gets in our system. Please be patient. We have a lot going on behind the scenes to get these in, and we have a very large amount of mail when we receive it from the Postal Service, UPS, FedEx. So hopefully you can be patient. We're getting through it as quick as possible. We will let you know once it's in the system, so don't worry about whether or not it's made it. We'll certainly let you know when it gets in our system. And thank you for being patient too. Call wait times. We try to have legal assistance ready at the drop of a hat to answer your call. Especially after you receive these videos, we get high call numbers. So There's a lot of wait time after these update videos go out. People wanting to know, do you have all my information? Do you have these records? And so sometimes the call wait time can be pretty long, especially after update videos go out. But we continue to staff our legal assistant department, communication department up. We monitor how quickly we're getting to calls, how long the calls take. Thank you for working with us. I'm sorry if some of you have waited a long time to get a hold of somebody. We are actively monitoring every call that comes in, and we want to make sure you're getting the information you want and need. So thank you for continuing to be in touch with us, because we obviously want to know how you're doing, where you are in life, what you're doing, and everything in between as well. So thank you for calling us. I'm sorry for the wait times. We continue to add people to our team. But just know, especially after these videos go out, the phones go off the hook. I shouldn't say that. The phones, what's the term? The phones, they ring forever. We get so many phone calls after these update videos that just know those are the most around that time is the most wait time. So I can't think of the term. The phones are ringing off the hook, I guess, is the term. Probate. Some of you are filing on behalf of a loved one that passed away, and you're concerned that you don't know where they lived at Camp Lejeune. Well, we can work with that. Your best guess, on base, off base. We just, any information you have at all, that's great. If not, hopefully we'll be able to search a database soon to find that person's name and location, and when and where they were at Camp Lejeune. So I don't want you to worry too much. We'll work with you on it. We just need as much information about the person and their time in North Carolina as possible, and we'll try to do the rest for sure. Fees. Some people have asked about the attorney's fees, and we're going to honor whatever the court says the attorney's fees are in this case, just like all the other law firms in the country. All of us are doing the same thing. If you have an EO claim, we'll follow what the EO says in terms of fees and how much fees are. We are following the lead of the court, and we're not setting some type of precedence. And even says it in our contract with you all, we'll follow the laws and statutes in the court appropriately. So I don't want you to think anyone's out there just taking more than anyone else. Any firms we're taking more than any other firm. We're all going to follow the lead of the court and the statutes and the laws in place. So those are the main points. My communications team, and from what I can tell based on conversations with some of you all are wanting to know and wanting to keep updated on. Court is going well. The fight in court is going well. We have some important motions in front of the judge right now to decide, or the judges to decide. We're moving fast, and we're trying to move as fast as possible. We're trying to move faster. We want to get this case behind each and every one of you, so you can live the rest of your life knowing that something was done on your behalf in regard to the contaminated water at Camp Lejeune. A lot of us around here have sleepless nights thinking of ways to help you as best as we can. So thank you so much for everything. Lastly, if your contact information has changed, phone, email, address, please let us know as soon as possible. Text, email, call us, whatever is the easiest way to get a hold of us. So thank you. I forgot to say earlier, you're a client of Krause Kinsman. That's why you're receiving this. So always remember that Krause Kinsman is your attorneys. Thank you for trusting us with this claim, and we look forward to continuing to work hard for you and making this right and doing what justice tells us to. So thank you, and have a great May. Thanks.